You're welcome to Chemafreak. In this video, I'll be showing you how I made this corporate looking asymmetric top. It is very easy to make. It involves a bit of dart manipulation. I included a shoulder pad in this one. I'm sure you're going to learn one or two things from here. My name is Kemi Omorugbe. Let's get right into work. I'll be starting out with my full-scale basic bodice block. If you don't know how to draft one, I'll drop a link in the description box. This is the front pattern, and I made a full pattern, not half of the front. That's because the design we are making is asymmetrical. Now you must have noticed that the top we are making has some pleats on the side. So I'll be creating my own pleat along the left dart of the pattern. So this is my dart right there. So from the dart on the left of the pattern, I am using my pencil to mark out the curve. The next thing I did was to extend my dart from the waistline. The dart right there is 1.5 inch wide, so I mark out the same 1.5 inch on the hip line, and I'm extending my dart downward like so and connecting it to the bust line. Now, because I have included an additional 1.5 inch on the hip line that I'll be taking out as a dart, I have to replace it on the side. I just repeated the process on the right side of my pattern. This right here is the waistline, and I'll just go ahead to label the other lines. Here is the chest line, the bust line, the under bust line, the waistline, and lastly the hip line. Now I am marking 5 inches from the waistline downward on the sides of my pattern. That is the length I am aiming for along the side of this outfit. You can make it slightly longer. On the left dart leg, I'll be marking 3 inches downward, and that is where I want the slit at the front to start from, so that it covers the waistline properly. I took my marking on the 2 left dart legs. Now I want to create a slanted slit. You can make yours straight, so you don't even have to do this step, okay? On the hip line, I marked 1 inch to the side of the dart leg so that I can create a slant. On the dart leg closer to the side, I marked 5 inches, and I'm just going to use my curve to connect it to the side of my pattern like so. Meanwhile, on the dart leg closer to the center front, I marked 11 inches actually. So I am connecting that point to the other side. You can customize your line or your curve the way you want it. Mine is slightly curvy. Next, I am extending the right dart legs to meet the hem I just created. I will be redrawing the hem along that side of the pattern when I close up the dart eventually. Now let's move on to the dart manipulation part of this. So I am cutting through the left dart, and from that left dart to the right side of the pattern, I cut along the waistline like you have seen, and I am creating 2 slash lines so that I can transfer the bust dart and the waist dart along the right side of my pattern. I can, transfer them to my slanted line. Just follow through with what I'm saying. So after slitting one of my slash line open, I was able to close up the waist dart. I am using a masking tape to tape down the right waist dart. I'll go ahead to slash through my second slash line so that I can transfer the bust dart or side dart to this other slash line. Now let's move on to the left dart. I'll be drawing slash line from the bust point to our curve right there. I'll be drawing out 2 slash lines so that I can transfer the bust dart and the waist dart to my slash lines. Now on the hem of this pattern, I am adding a 1-inch ease allowance, kind of an excess for that part of the pattern. But before then, let's close up this side of the dart. That's the extension of the waist dart right there. And now I'm redrawing the side from the hem of the pattern to the waist, and also redrawing the hem on this side of my pattern. I'll be repeating the same process on the left side. Now I just observed that my curve, this connection right here, I extended it to the dart line. Okay, what you need to do is to extend it to the dart leg, the left dart leg, so that it blends in properly. So I'm just redoing mine right there so that I can cut out the dart opening on that side of the pattern. Once you are done cutting out that panel, make sure to notch the point where your slit will start from. Now, this is what I have so far. Before I go any further, let's go ahead to alter the neckline. We are making an asymmetrical neckline, but I have decided that the neckline width will be 3.5 inches. So I'm marking 3.5 inches from the shoulder, not from the neckline, okay? Just from the shoulder right there. I marked 3.5 inches towards the neckline. So on this side of my pattern, I marked 2 inches. You can also make use of 2.5 inches. And then I drew out a line. That is just a guiding line. It's not like I'm going to make use of this line, okay, apart from to guide me in creating my neckline. So that kind of helped me to know how to curve out this asymmetrical neckline right there. So because I'll also be attaching a shoulder part to this, I raised the shoulder line by 1/2 inch and also extended it towards the armhole by 1/2 inch, so it is wider and higher. I'll be repeating the same process on the other side of the shoulder. I'm going ahead to draw out one additional slash line here just to further spread my pleats so that it won't alter that curve. It will be easier for me to follow through with my curve. And this is what I have right here. As for this waist spreading, this is where you can increase the fullness of your pleats, okay? You can make it as wide as you want it to be. You can even add another slash line from the side to the waistline right there, just to further spread it. But for me, I just spread by just 2 inches from at the waist right there, and I'm connecting all my gathers together. because we're going to be making gathers, not pleats. Okay, I am connecting everything together right there and cutting out my excess paper. Don't forget to mark a notch at the beginning of the slit right there on the waistline, and also the top at where your gathers will be starting from. When I transfer this pattern to fabric, I will also be marking out these notches on fabric so that it will guide me when it's time to create my gathers. The reason why these notches are important is because on fabric, we're going to be pleating from here to here onto this distance from the waistline to the top of this side panel. We will be doing that together in the sewing video, so if you haven't watched it, I'm going to link it up above and in the description box. Here is the full scale bodice for the back. Now I'm going to be taking out 1 inch at the center back. Just follow what I'm doing right there. I created like a 1 inch wide horizontal dart, so we're going to take it out at the end of the day. And just the way I raised the shoulder for the front, I'm doing the same thing on this pattern, and I'll also be extending it to the side by 1/2 inch. Now I am not making use of a full pattern. This is half of the back. Okay, that's because the back is symmetrical. It is not asymmetrical like we have at the front. So here is my shoulder line for the back, and I'm creating the armhole curve like so. Here is the back neckline. Now I'm just going to take the measurements I have between the hem and the waistline for the front, and I'm going to take the same measurement at the back. And remember that we extended the side of the hem by 1 inch, so I'm just doing the same thing right there. I'll go ahead to create the curve that extends from the hem of this pattern to the waistline. I'll be connecting this point to the zipper allowance to create the hem for the back pattern right there. I am drawing out a line from the center of the shoulder to the chest line right there. And let me just mark out the rest of this pattern so that you can see it clearly. Our dart is from the hem to the chest line like so. Don't forget that I said I am taking out a 1 inch wide horizontal dart along the zipper allowance like so, and that is what I'm just showing you guys right there. Remember the horizontal that I mentioned earlier on, so I'm going to fold it in like so just to close up the dart. Okay, so this will help make the back sit into the body very tightly. I didn't extend the center of this pattern by the 1 inch that I took out, so because of that, after cutting out the pattern, I had to attach a paper, add additional 1 inch because of the horizontal dart to the center back, and then I curved it into the rest of the pattern like so that way you don't have your center back along the zipper allowance looking shorter. Okay, here are our beautiful patterns almost ready to be transferred to fabric. But before we do that, we need to do some contouring on the neckline. Because this neckline is a relatively wide neckline, it's going to have some gaping if we don't contour it properly. So I extended a line from the bust point to the curvy part of the neckline, and I took out a 1/2 inch wide dart right there, which I will be closing up very gently. That is going to help the neckline sit into the body properly. That is just one of the contouring I'll be doing. The other one is on this side of the neckline, and I'm just marking out another 1/2 inch wide dart, and I'm going to close it up like this, tape it down, and yeah, that's all with contouring the neckline. This makes so much difference. So whenever you're working with a wide neckline, you need to contour your pattern properly. That way you won't have gaping necklines. Now remember the notch we spoke about, right? I am notching the point where my slit will start from. I am notching the waistline, which indicates the beginning of my gathers. Why do I keep saying pleats? And I'm also notching this point right here so that I'll know where to start the gathers from. You get it? Yeah. Just like I did for the other pattern, I am notching the beginning of the slit, the waistline, which is where I'll start my gathers, right? And also this point, this other notch right here, where my gathers will end. I went ahead to create a sleeve pattern and I am transferring it to fabric. If you don't know how to make one, I'll drop a link above and in the description box. It is very easy and I have the best, most simplified and most accurate sleeve pattern tutorial on YouTube, if I may say so myself. Thank you. If you have watched this far, please give yourself a round of applause. Let me see your round of applause in the comment section. You have done well. Well, we'll be continuing this tutorial in the next video where I will be showing you the sewing process. This is what we have at the end of the day. Shoulder pad fixed and everything put together, very fitted, very lovely. And I will encourage you to watch it. So a link for the tutorial will be in the description box. Thank you very much for watching. See you in my next video. Once again, my name is Kemi Omorogbe. Bye, sisters.